What is up, homies? Welcome back to another trailer reaction from Heroes Reforged. We are watching the final trailer for Thunderbolts. Also very fun. This has never happened before. For the first time in Heroes Reforged history, we were invited to the red carpet premiere of Thunderbolts. Hey. So hopefully all works out and we'll be able to go and we'll be able to hang out and it'll be a new experience for us. And that's all because of all of our viewers. If we didn't have viewers and people didn't give a shit about the videos that we made, no one would be asking us to go do anything. So thank you guys for making that happen. I'm very excited. I hope I love the movie because I would hate to walk out of that premiere and be like, it wasn't that great. Yeah, but thanks, Disney.
No,
it's a movie.
I remember, guys, when the three of us were in Comic-Con and we saw the first footage for this. Yeah. And the premise is something that Marvel Comics fans are already aware of. The premise is brilliant. And this feels like a typical MCU, you know, we're used to this as a sort of remix on the premise. However, with characters like Bob, where when we're watching that footage, Adam was like, who the f is Bob? I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. If Bob is who I think he is, and sure enough, he is. So I'm extremely excited about this movie. I think that the trailers and the marketing so far have been really fun and really great. And I think it's going to be a really good time. And I'm hoping that it's really fun, but it does look like it has a little bit of edge to it, a little bit of grit. And it also is good to know, like, if you guys remember back when the first Black Panther movie came out, talking about Ryan Coogler this week, talking about Sinners, when the first Black Panther came out, and then just a few months later, Avengers Infinity War. And even Marvel was surprised at the success of Panther. But like the world of Wakanda was already such a big part of Infinity War that it felt like Marvel Studios and everybody involved like knew what they had and they had the confidence. The Thunderbolts are in Avengers Doomsday, you know what I mean? So that's exciting that like they're like a third of that cast because this cast is great and it's, you know, 6 or 7 or whatever many people. So I'm excited going into this knowing that like they're going to be a big part of that and hopefully are going to get to interact with the Avengers proper and I don't know, maybe the Fantastic Four and I don't know, maybe the old Fox X-Men. We'll see. It's very cool. Very cool.
It definitely feels like the underdog movie, probably for the first time since like maybe like Ant-Man or Guardians of the Galaxy #1. I really enjoyed that Comic-Con footage and I've liked some of the other marketing that they've done. And I don't know. I feel like when you're the underdog, you have a lot less to lose in a lot of ways other than being like the 4th Captain America or the 4th Thor film or the 4th Avengers movie or whatever. So yeah, I really do hope that going into it, people are kind of don't know what to expect and that it surprises people. I think my favorite thing that you were just talking about was I remember Nate Moore specifically said when they did a test screening of one of the movies of actually Avengers Infinity War and the whole thing with Wakanda came up, it was before Black Panther had come out and no one really reacted to it. Then they had a test screening after Black Panther came out and people erupted when they went to Wakanda. So I hope that's the case with this, that people go into Thunderbolts and they're like, well, whatever, we'll see what it's all about. I love Yelena, but I don't really care for the rest of the characters, or I like some of them, and I like Bucky. You know, I think hopefully when we get to Avengers Secret Wars and these characters come back, everybody will be like, oh, the Thunderbolts, they'll be excited to see them. So, you know, that's the hope, but we'll see. You guys ready?
All right, let's do it.
Let's go.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Yelena.
Being a hero, there is no higher calling. Your sister understood something about that.
I should have come back for you.
No. That's just a fairy tale.
Music choice.
Really?
Wow. Okay.
I was in high school.
Kind of strange that it's all over now. No one's coming to save the day.
Interesting.
We are. We can be the ones that are coming.
Bucky, you have the wrong people. We have all done bad things.
Look, I've been where you are. The past doesn't go away. So you can either live with it forever.
That looks great.
Or you can do something about it. I am.
That's very Marvel.
Void.
Whoa.
Classic.
Look what you unleashed.
Oh, dude.
Whoa. Oh, damn.
Emptiness.
I can't do this.
Oh, flashbacks.
No one here is a hero.
We all have things that we regret.
But I have so many.
Oh, man.
This is going to make us cry, dude. That's great.
Yelena, when I look at you, I don't see your mistakes.
Yeah. It's a good pop right there.
That's why we need each other.
Yo.
Wow.
Stop him alone.
What?
No one can.
This is awesome.
We can find a way. Together.
What?
Whoa! She's stepping into the void. Wow.
Great,
Big
man.
asterisk.
That was a
somebody's gonna die.
great trailer, dude. That trailer was like so emotional.
That doesn't even feel like a Marvel movie. Like the first couple trailers feel like a Marvel movie. And what I mean by that is that it's doing the things that most of the Marvel trailers have always done, where hit the action beats, hit the sort of like the quippy fun elements of the film. But this one really goes at it from a completely different angle of really going into the emotional depth of these characters. And I love that. And I think that's such a really great entry point and a nice way to just sort of show a different perspective and a different kind of like mindset for this type of a film, because I think you look at the cast of this movie and you're like, this is just a misfit, or like a band of misfits together. What the hell are they all going to do? But seeing them touch on all the emotional beats of some of the characters, and like some of them have done terrible things, like John Walker. Some of them have had a very troubled past. You know, you think of like Ava Starr, and you think of Taskmaster, even Bucky's history in the Marvel universe, and now he's running, to be like running to be a politician. So I like that it's just hinting towards these things. And whatever Sentry's going to do and whatever Sentry does, I'm not familiar with the characters, so this is super uncharted territory for me.
You know what they? I want to spoil the Sentry, but I won't. Augustine, go ahead. Go.
Don't spoil Sentry. Do not spoil that guy, because I'm not too familiar with this Void character. But anyways, I remember when we saw the Thunderbolts panel at Comic-Con, everybody was praising. Oh my God. What's her name? Yelena, the actress.
Florence Pugh.
Yeah, Florence Pugh. Everybody was praising her performance and her acting, and like everybody was just talking about how great she did. Yeah. And in the last two trailers, we didn't really get to see any of that, but
you're totally right.
Just that line of her, I've made a lot, or whatever she said.
A lot of mistakes.
That got me. I was like, whoa, that's a lot of emotion in what she was saying right there. And it reminds me of when we saw Rocket in Guardians 1, where he had his shirt off. And there was so much behind what he was saying that we didn't know about yet. And obviously we got the resolution in Guardians 3. It took 10 years to get the resolution on what he said, but it feels like we're getting to jump into Yelena really kind of dealing with the trauma that she has. And Florence Pugh's bringing it, man. And I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see the emotion she brings into all of this. So for me, I'm all in, obviously. I can't wait to see what's going on.
I do think now that I'm seeing this trailer, I really should have. I feel stupid that I didn't kind of make a thematic connection before, but the fact that the Void is in this film, okay, the Marvel villain, the character, the Void, with this trailer really setting up, like you guys are saying, all of the emotional backstories and character development of each of these characters, the fact that they have to like enter into the Void, it's so rich to do that to a superhero team, to literally have the villain that they have to take on be called the Void, like that they have to confront that they have to confront who they are and get over their shit and work together. It's so classic Marvel, because even the original 1960s Marvel Comics characters that you think are sort of the all-star characters, I'm talking Hulk, Iron Man, Thor, these characters came from a simplified but important background that like Stan Lee, Jack Kirby, Steve Ditko, and others would give those characters to be like, they are coming from flawed human backstories and they're choosing to be good. Tony Stark was a weapons dealer and he's choosing to be a hero. Even Thor was banished to Earth because he was too damn cocky, because he wasn't heroic enough, that his father Odin was like, you're not worthy. And he had to learn how to get that back. And Hulk was somebody who, Bruce Banner developed a weapon that could kill an immense amount of people. And it affects him, and then surely, slowly but surely, he tries to change the monster into something more heroic, and that's what's in the Marvel DNA. Where I think like the DC hero DNA, which we're also going to see this summer with Superman, is more about those characters also have the weight of the world on their shoulders. Don't get me wrong, but they're mostly about the sort of ideal that you can strive towards, and they're sort of good people that are like trying to show the rest of us how to be good. Marvel characters are like bad people who have like looked to characters like Superman and gone, we have to do better. You know, even Spider-Man's origin is he made a mistake. He was too greedy and you know, he cared more about his own life. Hey, it's not my problem, man. And that criminal killed his uncle. So that's in the Marvel DNA. And so each of these characters, this really, when I'm thinking about it, it's not like a veer over and pivot over to like a dark and edgy take. This is still the Marvel brand, which I'm very excited about. That I think, hopefully too, just as a fan, the next couple of years, Marvel can kind of shift closer even to that. Even after Secret Wars, this is what I want the X-Men to be about. This is what I want, you know, more flawed characters and flawed heroes that are dealing with the more of the realities of the world. And frankly, I want DC to shift in the other direction. You know, I think we're all tired of the sort of like dour and depressed DC heroes. We do want to see stuff like Superman. We want to see Lanterns. We want to Supergirl. Exactly. So whereas I think Marvel kind of had that locked down for the first few phases of their, you know, franchise, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'd love to see that pivot, and I'd love to see Thunderbolts be a big part of that. This was a great trailer, you guys. I was like, it's great. Yeah, it was really emotional, really great.
Yeah, really good.
Excited.
Yeah, and I think also like a key, the thing that I really love about this is that it's also using some characters that have been really, really, really established. We know everything there is to know about those characters. I'm talking about Bucky. And then some of the characters like Ava Starr, we saw her in one Ant-Man movie. We saw Taskmaster in one movie. We saw John Walker. He was really in the mix when it comes to the Falcon and Winter Soldier, but we only got like little glimpses and pieces of his story. So I'm really excited that they decided to put these characters together, and some are familiar, some we think we know, and I think some will definitely surprise us with how emotional their arcs are going to be. So yeah, it makes me really excited. And I think this is also like the best looking trailer, and out of all three of them, and I feel like we finally got new stuff. Like I feel like the last two trailers kind of recycled a lot of what we had seen before. And if that's because they were trying to, you know, make sure that the visual effects were like on point, truthfully, I don't have anything to say about the look of this movie at this point. I think it looks great. And I think sometimes where some of the other movies have faltered a little bit because they've done reshoots and rewritten stuff and all that sort of stuff. I don't know. I think from what I heard was that they did very minimal, if any, reshooting or retinkering with this movie, which is great. It just means that they had a very clear understanding and a very clear vision of what they wanted to do, and that whatever sort of the outcome of the story is, while it is going to be a pivotal piece to the next phase of Marvel, it also has the ability to kind of stand alone and just be character driven, which is great. And I think sometimes Marvel gets in over its head and they but I think unintentionally stuff gets a little convoluted because they're trying to make things fit a certain way. And I think it's nice for a movie or a story like this to have sort of the flexibility and the leeway to go, well, we have the elements that lead us into our story. Let's tell our story, and then let's leave the characters in a place where someone else can pick it up seamlessly and do whatever they want to do with them, which it seems like they're going to do with Avengers Doomsday. So really excited. This trailer made me really pumped for this movie.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Can't wait to get on that red carpet, boys. Let's see. Let's
10 days away. 10 days away. Can't wait. But guys, of course, let us know, what did you think about this final trailer for Thunderbolts? What do you hope to see in this movie, and how do you think it's going to treat some of the characters, or what are some of the arcs that you think it's going to tackle? I'm going to avoid the comments because I already feel like people might go in and unintentionally spoil some stuff with Sentry and the Void and all that. So I'm going to steer clear of that. But let us know. Check out everything else that we're watching on the channel, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Heroes Reforged is gonna react. Heroes Reforged is gonna review. Heroes Reforged is gonna discuss. That's why we are watching